Well, our kids came out and played hard. They played real physical and flying around, and we knew it was going to be a physical game. We had the ball bounce our way a couple times, which was huge. We obviously could have lost that punt fumble down on our own 4, and somehow Austin Spittler, I think it was Austin, found his way to get it, and our defense played extremely hard and kind of put Michigan State in a position where they needed to pass, and obviously the score did that as well. And then when you get 2 turnovers for touchdowns, that's huge. But we always say that if you're going to win on the road, you better win the turnover margin and better be solid in your kicking game, and better be able to run the ball a little bit. And I don't have the stats, but I think we were able to do the things that we always talk about wanting to do.
The effectiveness of your offense. This could be a breakout game for you guys. Would you call it a breakout game now? I mean, or how would you term it?
Oh, I would term it, a good, tough win on the road. We always talk about if you want to be the champions, you're going to have to somehow, some way, come up with tough wins on the road. And, so that is huge. Ranked opponent, team playing with a lot of confidence. There was a great atmosphere, great crowd. They were riled up, ready to go. And so for our guys just to step up, I don't know exactly what breakouts are, but it was an excellent win for us.
The effectiveness of your offense in the first quarter?
Well, I don't remember if it was good or bad, but I thought we did a lot of good things. We had to start the game way back there on about the 7-yard line, or maybe worse, I can't remember. But we got out of there a little bit and punted it deep, and that was field position is a huge thing when you're on the road, and you just can't give a home team short field. So we came out of there good that time, and then I think the next time we got it back, we took it down maybe. First quarter was a long time ago, 4 or 5 hours ago it seems, but I thought we did a lot of good things. We got a long way to go, we understand, but we only have till next Saturday to get there.
Jim, can you quantify how much Pryor has improved? I mean, obviously the score spoke for that today, but how much have you seen his growth here in the last week or so?
It's tough when you're a freshman quarterback in a place that has expectations like ours, and in a place that so many people like to talk about what they know about the game and all that, and sometimes you go out there right off the bat and you're doing things on the instincts that you've learned when you played through high school, and then all of a sudden a lot more because you've had practice reps and game reps and film study, and sometimes there's a little bit of a plateau there because maybe you lose some instinctual ability because what you have to study a little bit more. Those plays only last 5 or 6 seconds. So I thought he did a good job knowing exactly what was going on today. He's got a long way to go, and he's never had an off season. He's never had a spring practice, and he's never had a preseason where he was the guy getting all the reps against all the looks. But he's competitive, and he made a couple mistakes out there today, but he's going to keep getting better, and he loves to compete, and he didn't feel as if he played as well as he was capable a week ago, and you could tell he was working hard to try to do better this week.
Coach, was the defensive pressure today what you wanted?
Yeah, our defense is based upon putting pressure on you, and as is Mark's defense. I mean, they're bringing people, and we're bringing people, and it's 2 very similar defenses, and we were able to keep a lot of guys in the box, and Javon Ringer's a great back and even better person. We were able to keep him from going crazy, which he does so often. And then when it was time to pass, we were able to put a little pressure on Brian, and those receivers did a good job. And that was not a 45-7 ball game. I think we all know that. But we're both going to get ready and go next week and play tough teams.
The Washington fumble return, though, did you feel it changed a lot of things there?
Sure, in the third quarter?
No, in the first quarter.
First quarter.
Yeah,
what was the one that, that was Gibson.
Yeah. 7-0 they're driving, all of a sudden the kid drops the ball. And
yeah. He got whacked, and someone knocked it loose. He didn't just drop it. And for Donald to go with it and set us up a field position. Turnovers. I mean, come on. We've talked about it 9,000 times. I know it doesn't fill enough inches, but that's what it's about. Just use bigger font.
Jim, we talked about that last week. 4 for 4, I think, touchdowns in the red zone.
We did?
I believe, at least for
Hallelujah.
the first 4. Yeah.
Hallelujah. I must have listened to that caller on the radio show. So.
Was there something different that you saw?
No. We didn't have penalties down there, I don't think, although we did have like a 1st and 21 or something, which was horrible. But, some things went our way today, and I think we did some good things. We made some things go our way, but, ball bounced a little bit for us, and we've got to get better. If we walk out of here thinking, oh, boy, we're wonderful, that team coming in next week is good now.
Can you talk about Beanie? Just the command day, he had 31 carries.
Did he have that many?
140 yards.
Well, we needed him to pound it up in there, and because they do such a good job of bringing pressure on when they know you're passing and all those things. We didn't need to be in 3rd and long a whole bunch, and I don't think we were. We needed to be in 3rd and medium when we were in 3rd at all, and so we needed to pound Beanie in there, and we needed for him to keep his shoulders square, and so. How many yards did he have with those?
140.
140?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Would you comment on Malcolm's play where he had the strip sack and then also got downfield and kind of threw the last?
Yeah, how about that? I mean, Malcolm puts pressure. We brought the corner off the boundary. Between us and Michigan State, we might have had more corner blitzes today. I mean, every time you looked around, either a green shirt was coming off the corner or a white shirt was. Both of us love to do that, and he came off and made the pressure with Thaddeus, I think, and Thaddeus ended up with the ball, and good job not clipping or grabbing or whatever, just using his body control, and Malcolm's a great football player and great leader, and he's so competitive, and he wants to do well, and he was down there on the last punt. It's whatever the score was, and he's running down there tackling the guy. He wouldn't let himself be taken out of the game. That's just the way Malcolm is.
Jim, as happy as you
From a
are.
first impression standpoint, would you say this is the best your offensive line has played?
I thought we did a pretty good job. We'll have to watch the film, but we seemed to know what we were doing, and we seemed to pick up when they were blitzing, and we weren't real complicated out there. We didn't run a whole bunch of different schemes, but I thought we did a pretty good job, yeah.
There shows a bunch though out wide and stuff like that. Clearly, you saved some stuff for this game, or put stuff in, or how would you describe it? Yeah, what did you do then?
A little window dressing there.
Coach, is Pryor one of these guys who reacts very positively? It seems as if he reacts positively to being questioned, being doubted, at least outside.
Oh yeah. Terrell's a competitive guy, and when he looks at the film and doesn't like it, he questions himself, and boy, he doesn't like that, and he's going to go back to work. And then if someone else says, you're not doing as well as you could, that fuels the fire a little bit. And in fact, he stopped in my office right before we left Friday, and he said, if I don't move the ball down the field, you should bench me. And that's just the way he is. And I said, just relax. Now I said, if you throw it to them, don't worry. You won't have to make that request. But he's a competitive guy. He really is.
Coach, you've been to Penn State a couple, 2-3 times for night games. Just talk about the shoe being on the other foot next week and the opportunity.
Shoe being on
How
the
about
other
that?
foot, that was strong.
How about that?
Okay.
You've got
Well,
them coming to your place and what it could mean.
Yeah, they're talking about having it all red, and Bill Livingston said he's going to buy white towels so that they're waving white towels with the red. Isn't that what you said, Bill?
No.
No? Okay. I was misquoted. But, it'll be an exciting atmosphere. We've got one of the top 10 teams in the country, top 5, whatever they happen to be, coming into the horseshoe, and we know how good they are, and it'll be a great atmosphere.
Check what?
He banged his shoulder. I'm not sure what, but that's the way it looked as he was coming off. But I don't know if they took him in and x-rayed. I asked him just as we were in the locker room, I said, Chimney, you okay? And he said, oh, I'm fine. I don't know what that means.
Jim, as happy as you are at the win, can you allow yourself to feel badly for a good friend in such a big game that you beat him so bad on his home field?
Well, I don't like the fact that, as it turned out, we got that one near the end that you know, I mean, how do you figure something like that's going to happen? And you know, there's no question about it. He's doing what needs to be done at Michigan State, and the ball didn't bounce his way today. You know, and the ball bounced our way. And I know he's going to come back. He's got his arch rival next weekend, and they're going to come back snarling and ready to go. And I don't know that anyone in this stadium would disagree with the fact that what he's doing is the right way to do things. They're doing it very well. They've played 8 games and won 6 of them. And, you know, this was an unusual situation, and, you know, I'd rather not have it, you know, had this type of, you know, late score and all that kind of thing. But that won't affect those guys because they know what their mission is.
Jim,
And
what makes
they'll be